Hey, I'm Brother Steve from Hollywood, California. So glad to be with you. And tonight, what a great night we're having tonight. And Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn is here with us on tonight, and we're so grateful to have him here. I've been friends with Kevin for many, many years, and he's always been the same. He's been consistent. He's been right on. He's been a businessman, and he makes things happen. And this time, he really made something happen big. Brand new book, The Wind Speaks. You got to get it. Got to get your copy of this book. This book shares a lot of life tips and tools to help you on your journey in life. If you're a friend of Kevin, we'll open the comments up. You can say hello to Kevin. You can say some great things to him and encourage him up, lift him up, and all those great things. If you're an author, you're a speaker, we want to hear from you. Tell us about your book, who you have, what you wrote about, what's going on in your world, and we can share all those great things and much, much more. Kevin is finally here. He's in the background. He's ready, and we are so excited to have him with us as well. So you stay tuned. Brother Steve TV kicks off from Hollywood, California right now.
From Hollywood.
Yo, DJ, are you done mixing yet?
Your DJ has only just begun.
Hello, I'm Bishop T.D. Jakes, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hey, it's LaToya Luckett, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
This is Rance Allen, and you're watching my friend, Brother Steve TV.
Hey, y'all, this is Leandra Johnson, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hi, this is Rodney Darkchild Jerky. This is Chris Tucker. This is Kirk Franklin.
And you are watching Brother Steve.
And you're watching Brother Steve. Brother Steve TV. Stay tuned.
From Hollywood, California, you're watching Brother Steve TV.
360. It's a praise jam party, yep, it's going up. Brother Steve, the sunshine band, that's what's up. Him and his crew, they really making stations nervous. Brother Steve deliver hits like the postal service. Must I remind you of his credentials? Brother Steve go hard, he go large, he's monumental. That's it, it's over. A finality, call the Paul Bearer, the station's buried in Cali.
360, going hard for the Lord, it's the Praise Jam Party. Brother Steve is in charge. For all the hot exclusives and the brand new styles, tune in every week, adjust your radio dial to the most unpredictable show on the airwaves. From the land of the stars to the home of the brave. We go hard for the Lord, yeah. That's how we rep the Christ, we don't apologize for it. We go hard.
Kevin Dunn is here with us in the studio, and we're so glad to have him here in the studio with us on tonight. Let's go live to talk to Kevin. Doc, how you doing, man?
Oh, doing great, Brother Steve. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good tonight on this wonderful, wonderful night here in sunny Southern California. It's almost like it's a little cool night. It's not hot. It's not burning hot, but it's a little cool night. So we're grateful for what that is. And just, you know, it's a lot of great things going on.
Yeah.
How's your day been today, Doc?
Everything is good. You know, where I'm at, the thunderstorm, tornadoes, and all this warning and stuff, you know. But God is good. God is good.
Tornadoes and warnings shaking up the earth, shaking up everything else. Doc, You've got a brand new book out, a life coach, an author, a speaker, all those great things. This new book, The Wind Speaks. Now, it's not your only book that you have. You have other things that you've done. But tonight we're going to talk about this book and some other things as well. Tell us about this book and what inspired you to write this book.
Well, thanks for asking me. So glad to be on your show, finally. Yeah, finally. So this book, I was walking through the house one day, and the wind spoke to me. I heard a message on television, and the Lord said, enough is enough. And so he inquired me to write a book. I never saw myself as an author, but I started writing this book, and lo and behold, my hands and the wind was speaking. Revelation was coming all over. I couldn't sleep at nighttime, and I just kept on writing and writing and writing. And it's been truly a great journey.
You know, the key thing that you said tonight was you kept on writing. This is not a book that you came up with an idea and typed in 3 paragraphs in AI and then print out the book. No, you wrote this book. What would you say it would be some of the experiences that personally touched your heart in writing this book?
Well, I think personally, because I carry a weight for the people of God. And so in carrying that weight, I had to speak of some things to break God's people free from a lot of things that that we ourselves are struggling with when it comes down to, let's say, breakthroughs, when it comes down to us reading our full potential. Because often that there are things, God has so much for us. It's already there for us. And so when we find ourselves in alignment with God and the word of God, it just automatically comes. There's no magic to it. There's no flick of the wrist. It just falls upon you.
When you said people are broken and released from things, give us an example of some of the things that you address in this book that people may be dealing with and some of our viewers may be going through right now.
Yeah, I think that when we run into some hard situations, it is, and we begin to pray our way out of those things, but sometimes it's just not good to pray out of them.
Really?
They're making you. They're making you strong. Some trials just come because the Bible said this: all things work together for the good of them that love God and that are a call according to his purpose. So if you have a purpose, which most people do, just know that it's going to work for your good. And understand this: we give the devil too much credit.
That's a powerful statement. And I know you're referring to when people said the devil made me do it. The devil
Right.
made me do that. No.
Absolutely.
He didn't make you do that. Tell me, what probably be one of your favorite chapters in this book?
This book, it brewed from Acts 2 and 2.
Okay.
When the church the first church ever was developed, there came a sound from heaven like a mighty rushing wind. And so that's where I started from right there. Then I went all the way back in the book of John 16 and started talking about how it became possible for us to reach in Acts 2 and 2 when Jesus told her, I must go, saying I must leave here. But I'm not going to leave you comfortless. And so he was stating that because we have to understand Jesus Christ in the natural was a comfort himself. But he thought about us enough to leave and then allow in the book of Acts, as the disciples sat there in the upper room when the sound came down from heaven, and then like a mighty rushing wind. And Peter, I want to talk about, was so phenomenal in there because once it hit Peter, he preached and 5,000 people got saved. But Jesus thought about us enough to want to dwell on the inside of us.
What do you think would be the takeaway after someone reads your book? What's the change that they should feel in their heart and their spirit? What's the takeaway?
I think the revelation comes. We have to understand that that was revelation that was spoken. Said a sound that was revelation. So we cannot do nothing without revelation. The Bible said, "He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit is saying." Then it goes unto the church. Let's identify what the church is. The church is us. Jesus dwells on the inside of us. We are partners with Jesus Christ. We do our part and he does his part. And together, where 2 or 3 come together,
I know. Here I am, right in the midst.
In the midst.
This is not the only book you've written, but you're also a life coach. In today's society, 2026, what are some of the, and I know you cannot by law, you cannot discuss what you discuss with your clients because of the privacy. But what are some of the most, I would say, the most popular topics people are asking you that they need help with in life coaching?
Yeah, I think there are several of those, but I'll talk about two. One is marriage. Having to struggle through myself, it forced me to sit down and look at what marriage is and what it stands for and how God sees it. It's so important. It's bigger than we could, even imagine what it is. It's a foundational piece. And then secondly, I have to say that discernment,
Okay.
Discernment is so important. We get into things that we go before our time and we don't ask God. So we have to wait on the wind to speak to us.
You say discernment, and we're waiting on the wind to speak to us. What do people do during the wait?
Well, in the meantime, you're in a process season, while they're waiting, you're going through stages, you're going through new seasons, and you're preparing yourself, which is the most important thing. You just don't, he's not going to put nothing on you if you hadn't prepared yourself.
Okay.
If you desire to be, let's say, use for an example, a business person.
Okay.
So while are you waiting for him to put you in position, why don't you take a little course over here? Why don't you start learning about finances? Why don't you start doing these other things? So when it happens, you're prepared. You'll be like that barn arrow, you just pull back and stuff while you're preparing. And then by the time that Jesus get done with you, you release it. And next thing you know, everybody's asking you, wow, how did you make it to where you were? Well, you tell them why you was playing, I was preparing myself.
Wow. Let's talk about the other books and things that you've done as well, besides this book, The Wind Speaks.
Yeah. So I went and done a marriage book, a very, very heavy, nice book, written by, I took it to TBN, and they picked it up. It's something that they wanted. It said it's going to fit their curriculum. So TBN produces, they're producing the book. Okay, and then I had Dr. Carroll to put the workbook together for me, BHC Publishing, and so they're both coming together, and I tell you, this book forces marriages of people that are married, or people desire a relationship, or people who are struggling in their marriage, to sit down at the table. And small groups, large group churches, and everybody, like this book is like none other. And to be able to face themselves and look at themselves and look at each other and talk about it and discuss and be honest with one another.
What do you think is some of the biggest challenges of marriages today that you've come across from coaching and counseling people?
Yeah, it's understanding what marriage is. I often tell people that this right here. Just because you save and he saved, it doesn't mean that you're a match. It's often was believed that God would go through counseling, God would make a way, you're going to have trials, children, love one another and all this other stuff. No, marriage is still a business. And people don't like to hear that, but it's true. So what you do in business, you ask questions. What is your credit like? What are your long-term goals? What are your short-term goals? What do you like to do? Do you love the Lord? How deep is your love in the Lord? Because there's so much levels to this whole entire thing. Now, it doesn't mean that the marriage is going to be perfect, but you got to come to a agreement here that you can work with each other to be able to get to the place where you should be.
Yeah. Have you heard about that statement called the 7-year itch, or working their way up to the first 7 years of marriage?
I never heard about that.
Okay. Yeah, it said 7-year itch is when it's like, they're trying to figure it out, trying to get together, and usually after 7 years, it's like, I think we want to figure this thing out here a little bit more, you know.
Right. But that has to be upon God dealing with each other's question before, because when you become married, you become a weapon.
Really?
Yeah. Now we're walking into territory, but the enemy does not like marriage.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Union.
Yeah.
You become a union. You become powerful. A man work in his lane, and the woman work in her lane. So I use for those who know about chess, I use a scenario of a chessboard and how the king moved from left to right, right to left, back and forth in one space, which means that he's very discerning. He's very, he just take one step at a time, and then he pays attention. Now also use the queen, which can go all over the board with her discernment. But then I end up with the fact that if the king get killed, the game is over.
Whoa. Wow. That's a powerful statement, but it's true. When you're a good player of chess, and you understand the concept and everything behind it. Who are some of the people that work with you in promoting this book, doing this book, that you want to thank at this time?
Yeah, I want to thank Dr. Carol. She published a book that I want to thank Steve, which is overseas. He does a great job. So we speak in what's hap. Yeah, I'm saying that right. And
what's hap.
Yeah, what's hap. Yeah, and I want to thank yourself. You working with me. Appreciate everything that you are doing. And then I have Alexa. He does my Facebook, not my Facebook. He does my web page for me.
Okay.
So everybody's all over the place, and we just having a good time in doing and promoting. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, Dr. Carol does an amazing job. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Carol. She's so easy to work with, and I know she's an author herself, and she has other projects coming out. And if you are a member of Dr. Carol's camp, and we want to hear from you as well, we want you to share your book, share what you got going on, and call Dr. Carol so we can get you set up and going as well. Any final words you want to say? Wow, we're supposed to be on for about 10 or 15 minutes. We're going on 20 minutes already. Any final words you want to say, Brother Kevin?
Yes, I do. I want to thank everybody, first of all, for tuning in and to listen to this right here. This is not just a book, it's a revelation knowledge. As honing that gift myself, I'm grateful. And to be able to help people out in their journeys, learning to come from surface learning to come into revelation is very important to me, for me to put that together and order the book. Go to www.thewinspeaks.com, my website, and order the book. And you can also get in contact with me, because I will be starting classes more and more to teaching people, to empower people to become who God called them to be.
That's a wonderful joy. That's the book right there. The Wind Speaks, Prophetic Echoes for a New Era. Enough is enough. Enough is just enough. Written by the one and only Kevin Dunn. And you want to get your hands on that book. It's available through him directly. You can contact him, or you can get it online on Amazon.com, or where digital books and other books are sold. You also can request a physical copy and see if he can autograph it for you as well. Kevin Dunn, you want to give out your information where people can reach you, or is it all on the website? They can go to thewinspeaks.com and everything's there?
Yeah, you can go to winspeak.com, and then you can go to the admin, thewinspeaks.com, and email me from there. It'll come directly to me, and then I'll converse back and forth with you.
Kevin Dunn, the new book, The Wind Speaks. Kevin, stay there with us 1 second. If you want to get a copy of that book, here's what it looks like. Don't be confused. Don't be deceived. That's the original book, The Wind Speaks. And when you're reading that book and you feel a little wind going on in the house, that means the book is speaking to you in your own house. So you make sure you get your copy of that. Any final words you want to say, Brother Dunn, before we leave the broadcast on today?
Yeah, I want to be able to prophesy to those that God dealing with me about your voice and things that you're feeling in your spirit. He said, release it, let it go. Don't worry about the population, being popular. Say what God put on you. And I know that this is your time and this is your season to be blessed. So move on it.
Thank you for that prophetic word from one only Kevin Dunn. I call him Dr. Kevin Dunn because he's still just as smart as everybody else as well. Thanks so much, Doc. Stay with me from Hollywood, California. I'm Brother Steve. Have a great day, a great week, and make sure you get your hands on that book, The Wind Speaks by Kevin Dunn. Much more coming up on our YouTube channel, our Facebook channel, and on our television network, the Church Family Channel. We'll see you soon. Make sure you register yourself, churchfamilychanneldirectory.com. That's churchfamilychanneldirectory.com, so you can be included in what's happening, what's going on. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. God bless.
We go.